3, 2, 1, go!
Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, welcome to the City of Lights. I am KingNido and today the Lumiose Lightning are hosting the Pewter Stones, and the Lumiose Lightning are currently on a 4-game losing streak compared to the Pewter Stones who are on a 4-game winning streak. As Tyrantrum and Caracosta start out for the Pewter Stones, it will be Jolteon and Electivire starting out for the Lumiose Lightning, as that Kinesis is avoided by Caracosta from Jolteon, but Electivire will strike everyone on the field with that parabolic charge, and it will be super effective on Caracosta due to that part water typing that it has, as Tyrantrum now responds with the Luster Purge onto Electivire. An okay hit there, but it is going to lower Electivire's special defense, as Caracosta is going to go for the Shore Up. It's going to restore some of that health, but it just lost thanks to Electivire. See if it gets itself back to full strength, and that it does. So Caracosta back at full strength as Jolteon goes for the Imprison strategy. This is a fantastic early play because this will prevent the rock types from attacking, as that Fire Fang is not very effective on Caracosta. Tyrantrum and Caracosta can't use any moves at the moment, allowing Jolteon to go for the Zap Cannon onto Caracosta, and Caracosta is eliminated with that super effective move. Doesn't even get to struggle, as the Venom Drench does fail from Electivire, and Tyrantrum with no moves left is going to struggle, and that is thanks to the Imprison. But if they can get Jolteon off the field, they will be released from that imprisonment, as Tyranitar comes out to try and fix things for the Pewter Stones, and it immediately sets up the Sandstream. This is good because it will chip away at Jolteon trying to get off the field, but Jolteon with that speed advantage goes for the Mystical Fire onto the Pseudo Legendary. It's not very effective, but it will lower Tyrantrum's special attack, as Electivire follows it up with the dual wing beat onto Tyrantrum, striking both times with that not very effective move there. And now Tyrantrum has its opportunity to struggle, continuing to go for Jolteon. This is exactly what the Pewter Stones need to do here, as Tyranitar could finish it off here, and Jolteon is eliminated. The Pewter Stones have freed themselves from the imprisonment already. That is fantastic for them and the rest of this matchup, as Electivire does take damage from that Sandstorm. Luxray comes out onto the field, and Electivire goes for the Lava Plume. This hits everyone on the field, but it's not very effective on the rock types. However, it will leave both Tyranitar and Tyrantrum with the burn. Now Tyrantrum going for the smackdown onto Electivire there. That is a good hit, as Luxray responds with the low sweep here, and Tyrantrum is eliminated with that super effective move. The Lumiose Lightning are holding their own here against the Pewter Stones, as Tyranitar is going to go for the Weather Ball. It's going to capitalize on the Sandstorm, and it gets that super effective hit on Electivire, and Electivire is eliminated. Sorry, it wasn't actually super effective. How amazing. But Luxray is going to take damage from the Sandstorm, as Tyranitar takes damage from its burn status condition, and Arctozolt now comes out for the Lightning, and Gigalith comes out for the Stones, as that Fairy Wind onto Gigalith does a little bit of damage, as Tyranitar now with the Inferno onto Luxray gets a good hit, but you got to think it should have gone for the part Ice type. However, it will leave Luxray with its own burns. Arctozolt with the Infestation onto Gigalith. It's going to do a little bit of damage now, but that continuous chip damage will be fantastic for the electric type, as the Poison Jab from Gigalith almost eliminates Luxray, but it is the Sandstorm that will take Luxray out of this matchup. Not even the burn getting to hinder it, as Arctozolt also takes damage from the Sandstorm. Tyranitar still taking damage from that burn. Now the Pewter Stones are in an Elite Four position. They're in 4th place on the leaderboard, as Toxtricity comes out for the Lumiose Lightning. And the Pewter Stones have actually taken the lead, as well as Toxtricity plants its roots, setting up that ingrained. Tyranitar with the Rock Smash won't be very effective onto Toxtricity, as I almost called it Electricity, but a Power Up Punch will be super effective onto Tyranitar from Arctozolt, who also gets the attack boost with that move. Tyranitar is able to hold on, as Gigalith with the payback now onto Arctozolt gets a great hit there, as Toxtricity and Arctozolt will take damage from the Sandstorm, but the burn here is crucial because it should finish Tyranitar off and level the playing field at 3 apiece, and that it does. Tyranitar is eliminated from this matchup by that burn, finally taking the effects. Gigalith taking damage from that Infestation here, as out comes Omastar for the Pewter Stones, and Toxtricity immediately with a Bug Bite onto the Water Rock type, takes its Leopard Berry as well, eats it in front of its face with that disrespect. And Arctozolt now with the Stomping Tantrum, also going for Omastar, and Omastar is almost eliminated with that super effective move, as now it goes for a charge and it is going to begin charging power here, so it is going to boost its special defense, but its defenses won't help it. I do not think it's an Ice Shard from Gigalith onto Arctozolt, not very effective as the Sandstorm finally subsides over the field. The electric types, I'm sure, are appreciating that as Toxtricity gets itself back to full strength thanks to those roots, as Gigalith continues to take damage from the infestation. Now that Gunk Shot is avoided by Armor Star, keeping it in this matchup just a little bit longer, but a dynamic punch will finish the Cantonian Fossil off. That super effective move takes it out of this matchup. The Lumiose Lightning have taken back the lead as Gigalith with a tackle onto Toxtricity, one of the most powerful tackles you'll probably see. Toxtricity continuing to restore health though, and Gigalith continuing to feel the effects of that infestation. But the Pewter Stones send out their last Pokemon, and it is Aurora's Toxtricity with the takedown here onto Gigalith. Not very effective, and a little bit of recoil damage on the electric poison type as Aurora sets up an Ingrain of its own, following the lead that Toxtricity set earlier on in this matchup, as Arctozolt sets up the Toxic Spikes, which won't matter whatsoever because all of the Pewter Stones have been out on the field, as Gigalith with the Fusion Flare here, and this will be super effective onto Arctozolt, and Arctozolt is eliminated from this matchup with that move. It is down to 2 versus 2. Toxtricity is going to restore a little bit of health thanks to its Ingrain. Aurora will not capitalize on it yet. It's still at full strength. This Magnezone comes out as the last Pokemon for the Lumiose Lightning, and a Leech Seed by Toxtricity onto Gigalith. This is fantastic for the electric types, but an Icicle Spear onto Gigalith. Multi-hit move from Magnezone. It's got 2. 5 might be able to get it there. It only gets 3 though. And Aurora's now with the Astonish onto Toxtricity. Does a little bit of damage as Gigalith with the Dual Chop follows it up. This is much better. It strikes twice. Toxtricity though still able to hold on. Is able to restore a little bit of health thanks to those roots. But it's also going to finish Gigalith off thanks to Gigalith being seeded by that Leech Seed. Gigalith is taken out. There is only one Pokemon left for the Pewter Stones. Lumiose Lightning are looking to end this losing streak here. They could do it. That Slam will be avoided by Aurora's, however. And Magnezone with the Magma Storm onto Aurora's, capitalizing on its hard Ice typing, gets a good hit there. And Aurora's is going to be trapped by the swirling magma as it goes for the Fury Swipes onto Toxtricity. It gets 2. It's got 3, and those 3 strikes will get the job done. Toxtricity is taken out of this matchup. It's a 1v1. Magnezone needs to get the job done to end that winning streak that the Pewter Stones have, as that swirling magma will hurt Aurora's, doing that chip damage. And a Mystical Fire now being performed by a Magnezone, continuing to go for those Fire-type attacks. It's going to lower that special attack of Aurora, who responds with the Fell Stinger. This will not be very effective on the part Steel-type. Magnezone shakes it off. It is going to be able to respond, but first Aurora will be able to restore a little bit of health thanks to that Ingrain. But that swirling magma continuing to prevent that Ingrain from being a benefit. But Magnezone going to go for that stab. Thunderbolt and will get the elimination. Aurora is taken out. The Lumiose Lightning have won here today in the City of Lights. Fantastic for them here. That will not move them up to the Masters 8, but the Pewter Stones are able to keep themselves in the Elite Four as we get ever so closer to the Grand Trials of the PokeType League. Thank you so much, Nidorinos and Nidorinos, for watching this. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best and fit, as our very next matchup, the Elevanor taking on the Pheromones, will determine who gets into the Masters 8 for those Grand Trials, those Championship Trials. I cannot wait for that. But if you enjoyed what you saw here today, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I will see you when you see me. Thank you so much.